While looking at this map, I noticed Astrakhan right here to the side of the Tartarian Empire. So I began to dig into this name, and what I found fit in perfectly with what we have seen all over the world, where they have now changed its spelling. And a very interesting fact is that the ruins of this medieval, and there's that word again, where we know that medieval is just another name for the previous civilization. This medieval settlement were found by archaeologists 12 kilometers upstream from the modern city today, which is interesting. So what is going on 12 kilometers upstream, where there's obviously a clear attempt to trip us up? Changing locations, changing names. But we have found this location, and we are going to expose it right now. Where Zasatarksan was the capital of Astrakhan Khanate by the Astrakhan Tatars. When we click on the capital, the real location that was situated 12 kilometers upstream, we now know that we have found the true location. And then we can begin to find the truth, where they, of course, throw the fire narrative right in there, saying that in 1556, the city burned down by Ivan the Terrible, a ridiculous name and completely made up in my opinion. When we scroll down, we know that they got to this location, hiding something massive from all of us, hiding the past, changing its history forever. When in 1942, during our current timeline, this location was bombed and destroyed, which we've seen this so many times over the first 73. Now 74 episodes. We even saw it where they bombed the map in episode 70. This is a clear pattern, a clear exposure of what these wars and what these bombings were most likely used for. All in my opinion, of course, but based on hours and hours of facts. Clear manipulation of the mainstream history. Because what would we have found in this location before the bombings would have changed everything, showing us the possible truth. And if we follow the Volga River north, we are going to find the city of Volgograd. So let's zoom in here and see what they have going on, where this entire area, in my opinion, is 100% connected to Tartaria and the previous civilization. So right next to this modern arena, I want to show you all something that blew my mind. When you go up these steps and you walk along this path, you will see in the distance a massive statue of a lady holding a sword. And in my personal opinion, this monument, which is now named The Motherland Calls, is from the previous civilization, where its construction photos show a completed statue over and over. We even get a computer-generated photo, in my opinion, of a guy way out there on the hand, just to make it all look believable. It is massive. So here it stands today, and was declared the tallest statue in the world, standing at 279 feet, and also standing on top of a pyramid that is clearly covered by grass at this point. Misdirection, a magic trick, where they completely caused chaos in these years. Such a financial crisis, stock market crashes or wars, total chaos all over the world. And while this is all taking place, they remove structures or slide a new narrative right in. I will go into more detail about this in the future when we go into New York City. Thinking logically, let's read this together. The construction of the monument was supposedly completed in 1967. Why would they then, just 5 years later, need to do restoration work on the monument in 1972, when the sword was replaced by another entirely, consisting of stainless steel? In your opinion, do you think that this might have been destruction of the original monument? I personally believe so. What was on the original sword that was only there for 5 years? What was on that sword that we were not supposed to see? And you can see that these are not construction photos of the whole structure itself. These are the photos from them changing that sword. It's just incredible how the narrative is consistently manipulated in every single part of the world. Now, take a look at these stairs leading up to this thing, with the walls looking completely deformed and melted. and we have seen the melting in India. And you got other statues surrounding this place. Just a very interesting area. And I would love to know what is under that grass in the pyramid, below the statue itself. And we're just getting started. Check out this city. There are a lot more on the way today, including a city that is just north of this location, that holds a narrative that will expose something massive to the whole world today. Welcome to episode 74 of my lunch break. I hope you're all having a great day, and if you're new, welcome. And I want to thank all of our sponsors over on Patreon. Thank you to FlatEarthDave.com. You can check out his app. I'll put the link in the description, and you can use my referral code, MLB. He also has my lunch break on the homeschool section of the app, which is really cool. Thank you to Rebecca K, Don Gaston, Christopher Arietta, The Lady Lacey Show, David and Sherry Ferguson, Edwin Johnson, Chuck Templeton, Joy Lee, PNR, Stephanie Nolan, The Burlesons, Suez KC, Dan Woodall, Dale, DJ Clicktrack, Edward and Brianna, Jacob Law, Jim Ribley and Christine Duggan, Kyle Glasscock, Tim Rack, PKTFnews.org, Jay Malia, Regna Saturna, Dendries NL, Juana Mesher, Sirius Feline, G Power, Natalie Shippenoff, TheGoldenTeacher.co, Amberson EMC, Blake, HK Sue, Isaac Wright, Melissa Edgar, Biggles, Clayton Lamar, Ultimus Maximus, Noble Task Homestead, John Adams, Easy and Whitney, Roberts O'Zolins, Sarah Fenton, The Crypto Schizo, Rick Tapkey, Ryan and Laney Benner, The Arnolds, 3D6.Space, Attila Power, VKH Bonner, Rod James, Bell's Clarions for God, Forbidden Gecko Love, Justin Grobner Grubb, Leah Strong, Peter Batani, Dakota Dunn, Eric Martinez, Ivan Apoctoli, Jesse DeLeon, Jim Bro, Edwin Rice, Helmut, Charles Kruger, Glenn Gunderson, Pacific Crafted, HaggardT-shirts.com, Meta, Jason Hochberg, Marie C, ValleyMedicinals.com, Jason Neufeld, Old World Exploration, Kyle Logan, Bobo, ThePhoenixArt.com, WakeandBakeClothing.com, David and Irene, Michael Dingyu, Michelle Wilson, Patriot Armory, Tom O'Hara, Wayne T, Michael D. Connor, Hen Yardies, Victoria Lee, James Alt, Bucksui, Code Drent, Big Pasty, James Kirk, Jason Prest, Suki Warrior, We the People, Dan McGee, Vince Moreno, Roz Matthews, Shiba Shaba in the Darkness. You guys are all awesome and helping this channel out a lot. So up here on the top right, we have the Motherland Calls. And to show how incredible this area really is, down here at the bottom, I'll zoom in on it, we have the Alexander Nevsky Cathedral, where you can see that the outside is incredible and the inside is extremely detailed. All constructed in the 1800s, we are told. And not only that, but we are also told that it only took them 3 years from start to finish. When we have seen in Edinburgh, Scotland, that it took them 6 years to make a little statue, just to give this awesome perspective. And again, renaming cities in 1925, changing the city's name to Stalingrad, and just understanding that the world that we are all in right now is so much more incredible than we are told, with the true history, in my opinion, being that a very powerful, extremely advanced group of people lived here where we are today, constructing massive palaces, leaving all of their work behind, and leaving it behind for all of us to see.